everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is about drugstore foundations, my top 5 drugstore foundations. Listen, when I visit the drugstore lately, whether it be my local Coles or Woolies or Priceline or Chemist Warehouse, anything drugstore, the prices are pretty hefty for drugstore. I mean, when I think drugstore, I don't really want to be paying more than 20 bucks for a foundation, because if I'm paying more than 20 bucks, I would much rather invest a little bit more money and go to Sephora and pick up something a little bit more high-end that has amazing ingredients, a beautiful packaging, and is going to be beneficial for my skin. Having said that, there are some really great affordable drugstore foundations on the market, some that I have been using for years, some that are new discoveries for me, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, my top 5 drugstore foundations. The foundation that I reach for more than any other in my arsenal is my BB cream, and the one I love is the Maybelline Dream Satin BB cream. I have been using this for a while now, I would say a couple of years. I use the shade light medium in the winter time and then medium deep in the summertime. Using this BB cream not only makes me feel more confident because it gives me a beautiful coverage, a light to medium coverage, but it feels like part of my skincare routine. It's just a beautiful hydrating formula that leaves your skin looking very radiant. I have it on my skin now. It's what I wear almost every day. It does come in your classic fair, light, medium, deep shades, but the great thing about this is that it adjusts to your skin tone. So that's why I buy the lighter shade for the cooler months, and then I have the deeper shade for when I'm more tan in the summer months. It just feels like great skincare with coverage is how I put it. And something I look for when I'm buying a foundation is an SPF factor. This one contains a 30 SPF, which is quite high for a foundation. It means I can skip that step of applying my SPF. That's very important to me, and I just love it. As you can see on my face, it is a glowy, fresh kind of foundation. It is oil-free, non-greasy. It's just a very lightweight formula. What can I say? I just love this BB cream. I've been using it for ages. I have tried other BB creams on the market, but I always return to this one because I just love it. I love the way it makes my skin look, and I just love that feeling of having that no foundation feeling on my face, if you know what I mean. It just doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup. So if you're in the market for a new BB cream, check this one out. Maybelline do great stuff. It comes in a squeezy tube, which I love. It's 30 mils. It's $16.95, but I always find my drugstore makeup at 40% off or even half off. When you have Coles, Woolworths, Chemist Warehouse and Priceline, as I mentioned, one of them have to be having a sale on their makeup, and I just stock up, so I always have backups. So that, my friends, is my favorite BB cream. This is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation by Maybelline, another gorgeous foundation. This is great if you have normal to oily skin. It just blurs out the pores. It really does, and just leaves a beautiful matte finish, but not so matte that you look flat. I mean, I don't really like a matte finish. I'm all about a radiant glow, but sometimes you do need just a very flawless matte look, because as the day goes on, the natural oils of your skin set in and you do get a little bit oily, and then that's when I think this foundation looks even better. But if you are after a matte coverage, this is one that you should look into. It is buildable, so you can do one layer, and then if you want more coverage, go over and apply a second layer. It is pretty flawless coverage, I would say. So if you have a special occasion to go to, this is the foundation that you can rely on. It is a beautiful foundation, it really is. This really does feel like a high-end foundation. It just leaves your skin looking flawless. The bottle is glass, which is great, but you have to just pour it out of the glass bottle. It has a big opening and that can get messy. I wish it was a squeezy tube or a pump, but nonetheless, it is a fantastic foundation. If you're on the market for something a little bit more full coverage, matte finish, blurs out the pores, something buildable to create a medium to full coverage, then this is your guy. Unfortunately, the Fit Me foundation does not contain an SPF, so that is a step that you shouldn't forget. Before applying this foundation, I always make sure to apply my SPF. So I use the shade 310 Sun Beige. It is a 30ml bottle. It costs $21.95. Excellent foundation from the drugstore. Check it out. Okay, this foundation is the equivalent to the Maybelline Fit Me, except this is in a glowy radiant formula. So same kind of coverage, but this is a radiant finish, whereas the Fit Me is a matte finish. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This is an amazing foundation if you ask me. I have gone through tubes of this. I love the squeezy tube. They are the best form of application if you ask me. I just love the non-messy way that you can just squeeze it onto your sponge or squeeze it onto your finger, squeeze it onto your brush. It's just so easy. I have the shade Sun Beige again. This just leaves a beautiful radiance to your skin while giving you just some fantastic coverage. Okay, now it says 24-hour foundation. Who on earth wears foundation for 24 hours? I don't know, but what it's telling you is that it is long lasting and will keep you looking fresh and dewy and pulled together, just like, I guess, you applied it in the morning. And this is true. I wear this sometimes when I feel like crap. By the end of the day, I look at myself in the mirror and I think, wow, my foundation, my face is still looking so good. I am so impressed. That's what this foundation does. It also contains an SPF 15, and I just love that. If I can skip a step in my makeup routine, I'll take it. So I just love foundations that contain an SPF. This is a very creamy, beautiful foundation, and it's a medium coverage, I would say. I think you can build up the Fit Me a little bit more than you can this one, but because it's so dewy, it has, I don't know, something reflective about it that I don't think you need as much, if you get what I mean. But it is a beautiful foundation. Check it out if you love a dewy finish. It comes in a 30ml tube. It is $27.95. I know, pretty steep for a drugstore foundation, but L'Oreal is from the same company as Estee Lauder. They all fall under the same umbrella, so it's very good quality for the drugstore. So if you haven't checked it out and you're after a very dewy, radiant, medium coverage foundation, this Revlon PHOTOREADY Candid foundation is new to me. I have been using it for about a couple of months, I would say, and I love it. This foundation, I gotta say, is different to what I've used before. I bought this on the recommendation of Katie Jane Hughes, a makeup artist that I follow. If you haven't heard of her, check her out on Instagram. She's amazing. She does makeup tutorials. She's given me so many helpful hints on how to apply makeup and products and brushes and just so much. She's amazing. Anyway, back to this foundation. This is a very thick foundation. I love the applicator. It's a pump applicator. I use about a pump and a half, and I like to mix this foundation with an illuminating product. I have my Becca Illuminating Skin Perfector, and I like to mix a little bit of that in with this. It just shears it out and gives such a beautiful coverage. It makes my skin look close to perfection. It's unbelievable, but it is quite thick, so a little goes a long way. The first time I used this, I had no idea of the consistency of the formula, and I think I used about 2 or 3 pumps, and it was just way too much and way too thick and just way too heavy. So a little goes a long way with this. The finish on this foundation is very natural looking, very skin-like. I wouldn't say it's matte, I wouldn't say it's dewy, it just looks like skin. It claims to be anti-pollutant and antioxidant. It contains caffeine to wake the skin up. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I read that. Caffeine in foundation? I mean, I love my coffee And when I read that, I thought that was just bomb. And at 47, my skin needs waking up ASAP. So this foundation is a revelation, and I would dare to say that this foundation in particular is great for a more mature skin. It doesn't say that anywhere, but I happen to think that this foundation would suit a more mature skin. It would suit youthful skin, but I just think it's so beneficial for a more mature skin. The only downside this foundation has is that it does not contain an SPF. So I have to apply my SPF and then I have to apply this on top, and I just, it's an extra step, and I just love foundations that contain an SPF. It's just, I don't know, something that I look for when I buy a foundation. So you get 22 mils of product in this pump applicator, and the price is $24.95. So you get less product than the others that I mentioned, and it's around about the same price. Pretty pricey for a drugstore foundation, but Katie Jane Hughes recommended this. So I hopped to it and went out and bought my shade 400 Macadamia. I don't regret it. I love it. I've been wearing it in the colder months. I feel very pulled together when I wear it. It feels just very lovely on my skin. I just feel more younger when I wear it. My skin feels younger when I wear it. It just hides imperfections, and I feel, like the title says, photo ready. So another great foundation from the drugstore. The last foundation I want to talk about is a bit of a wild card because I have never bought anything from this brand before. It is BYS. It is stocked in Kmart, but this one is the Pure Silk Serum Foundation. Now this, I swear, is a dupe for my Chanel Vitalumiere foundation. Now if you can get over the paint smell of this foundation is unbelievable. This costs $12.95. Unbelievable value, $12.95. I have the shade Natural Tan. It comes in a 23 ml glass bottle. It has this drop applicator, which is so useful and classy, very high end. This foundation, as you just saw, hold on, I'll show you again. It is just so thin. Look at that. It is like water. When you apply it, it is light as air. It is weightless, and it leaves a smooth satin finish on your skin. The way I apply this is like how they do on Instagram. They just squeeze a little bit from the drop applicator onto their face, and I go in with my beauty sponge, and it just melts into the skin, and it leaves a beautiful smooth satin finish, and it just covers everything. It just covers everything. And you can build this. This is buildable coverage. You can get a full coverage if that's what you wish, or you can go very light. It's up to you. It is completely controllable. That's what I love about this foundation. I don't often wear it because I did get it in a natural tan, and I wear it in the summertime because it's so lightweight and I can just control the coverage that I want. But when I do wear it, it just doesn't even feel that it's there. I just feel so free when I wear this foundation, yet my skin just looks flawless. It's just amazing. It is an amazing, affordable wildcard foundation. This BYS Pure Silk Serum Foundation. Again, this does not contain an SPF, so a bummer to that factor. But other than that, for a $12.95, hold on, not $12.95, sorry, it's $14.95. For a $14.95 foundation from the drugstore, incredible, incredible value. I love this one. This one's a wild card. I feel like no one has talked about this foundation, so I feel like I'm the one to discover this product, this BYS Pure Silk Serum Foundation. It says buildable coverage, 23 mils in this classy glass drop pump applicator bottle. Love it. So there you have it, my friends. Those are my top 5 drugstore foundation recommendations. I hope you found this video informative and helpful so that next time you're out looking for a foundation, I've somehow helped in making your decision easier. Thank you so much as always for watching and clicking on my videos. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to click the little bell so you're notified every time I upload. And I guess I'll see you in my next one. Till next time, take care.